And I'm gonna stop. Preparedness also involves practical obedience. Tristine wants tat many believers God's earnings would the lie to respond say, sting where I'm gonna stop. Suming te ave moritime. But the legit obedience is disobedience. When God says to move, we must move. When it says to wait, and I'm gonna stop. We must wait. Eight. The chosen cannot afford to negotiate with God's instructions are precise and protective. And what? In prophetic moments of anything can better differentiate between safety and esposure, between provision and lack, between path and turmoil. And a stop. Justine brings a tenspion to well preparedness. It's not only for personnel, but action, but also for intercession on behalf of. Test, and they're gonna stop. The chosen are often positioned as watchmen on the wise, kajed to prime, one and cover tose what cannot yet discern te times. Apps. Duem in Ezekiel 33, God taste te prophet test, cat if te watchen as than her coming, but files to sown te alarm. And God now stop, te purpose blood weave on his hands. This is sovereign reminder preparation is not selfish, it is sacrificial. And God now stop. The chosen must is very adi noted and fondly to stand for themselves, but also to stand in gap families, communities, and even nations. Help! Justine underscores that God's suhenthi is a wise redemptive. Hey, it's not exposing holy vain to see it venture to instige their advert to prepare is people for glory. Hey, it's a read or put on te autotes the of obedience. Often a cake warnings precede the prophetic blessings. Are gonna stop. Hustes te Israelites to pass stroke te wilderness to reach te promised land. Are gonna stop. So to must te just stroke season testing to step into te inheritance. Huli 27-28 mai fere at result na stop. But vejon lies de parent Timothy and clarity and clarifo to se wo prepare rightly. As Christina says, tis cannot. Ting where gonna stop. She shifts focus to ope. To God war wants is also to God war provides. It keeps what it kais. It strengthens what it annoys. And it gonna stop. And it covers what it makes as its own. For tose what it take to prepare. And where it gonna stop. Tis eyes we the overwhelming but transformative. Te weed a mera refined, strengthened, and it gonna stop. And positioned for the next wave of a segment's goddess, realizing of it is chosen honest. And it gonna stop. Speak to it, while preparedness is not optional in this order, it is essential. And it's the pathway to victory in the dice I add. And what eating where it gonna stop. Recognizing resisting distance, designate to the real joy destinies on the most crucial segments for the chosen. Spiethai during prophetic seasons, like huli 27-28. And it gonna stop. Tristine Caine emphasizes that really most believers expect the enemy to attack in obvious ways, and are gonna stop. The reality is that the enemy's most potent strategy is subtly distraction. It cannot always destroy the chosen. So instead, they're gonna stop. Acts diverts them slowly shifting his form goes from cultless things, using busines, emotional chaos, and they're gonna stop. And even say mingly God opportunities to push them away from divine alignment. I say, to tell way of Leo dice kai aitened level of spiritual significance up. And with comesa igitened level of spiritual warfare the signe interrupt. Confuse or they lie what God has been building in his people. And I gonna stop. Justine vehins tis kenoting, pointing, victim to biblical patterns where a distraction led to devastating consequences. And I gonna stop. On a striking example is for Nehemiah says, where Nehemiah is reviewing these wives of Jerusalem. And I gonna stops. Sambe antove a repetiri teri griega tolure im away from is a segment under tegise of a meeting se and conversations. And I gonna stop. Their goal is not to destroy the wisdoms, for sub te will there. Nehemiah's responsive comments I will print for us. Hey, I'm doing a real walk and they cannot come down. During Huli 27-28 and una stop. The chosen must adopt the same resolve recognition not every text message news adline. Emotional trigger the service a response. Some battles are traps. And gonna stop distracting. dictions the signed to push Joe off, watch God as signed Joe to wield. Distractors are not always loud. Often te are sublet. Cheese. Stine experts i tlet spiritual distions kan komme over dovera perde in familiarity relationships. Hatta on the reality would no push Joe I from. God's presence there to gonna stop. I would start on the rogue coim nostalgia focus, or even blessings tab ever come a those. Angwere gonna stop. Te enemirarely tempems te chosen what is latently evil. A temps, a tem with what is almost rigged. And a gonna stop. A canos tat. Cative can't have jo to room from God, is setle for macking jo and deram leslie in thirkles bussi ut unproductive, active vut missaligned. Tis is ved of leachigirega, this essential. In prophetic winos like huli 27-28. To chosen must we hilant of what with us te I jo to speak into their lives. Because not a very worth a charis, true gonna stop. Justine underscores tats distraction sifi when brag drogus nea. Before a hesses vegan is polygamy ministry, and a gonna stop. Te spirit led him into te wilderness, where a te enemy tempted in which shortcuts to stones interrad, and a where gonna stop. Throw yourself off titly, botome and gain kingdoms. None of te temptations were random, and a gonna stop. Te were strategy kai the signed to the rail is mission virinkike e asier alternatives. Like we said, adding tese prophetic dice are gonna stop. Te chosen my encounter opportunities tat seem God on tes father would be pass tips versus God as all thy need. And gonna stop. Stine uchas velievers to test the very door, a very invitation and very idea against te word and te witness of te Holy Spirit. And if it costs Joe intimacy with God, it is not from him. So prayer. And God na stop. And to God's voice that tova komelo their tante walls. In testisness. Clarity commerce, intestines, are gonna stop. Distions loss a te weep. Justine also assess or the sponsract and discusse themselves personal offense. App, think te emi loves to steer conflict, miscommunication and ot failings read for it before a maha spiritual reactro. Are gonna stop. If I can head offended, it can head off mission of several wise in te art act up. Making there to add God and love a pelple. Doing this to a lovely prophetic dice. And I'm gonna stop. Te chosen must be speciai a led et to offensive. Kurds a kick to freyase and the Norwegian to adjo a visternes to take road. And I'm gonna stop. Justine points to Jesus on te cross. War refused to let offenses say distract in from is purposely praying instead. Of it, I'm gonna stop. For him, for te cano not what te do. And not simply distraction, Tristine, igligs is fair. I don't know what. I think when I go and prophetic warning side, he say, fair of them for Jews. But fair is not from God, it's a tactic of te enemy to paralyze obedience. And I gonna stop. Tristine remains veliebes, prophetic tat mensajes, I don't mean to terrorize wood to prepare. Fair causes ustoide, causes us to stand, and I gonna stop. Te chosen must resist to temptation to interpret God's warnings, trugglings of the rad and instead say them as devotees to vingi for protection and positioning. And I gonna stop. Fair my we spare. But if Joe file, a but fight response. And I gonna want to stay quod mart ismili troll me over the end then. Tristine was Stinius says 10 steady oil, but walking on what to strategies principles. As Peter kept his eyes on Hesses. E walket avove his storm, and gonna stop. Te moment noticed to win and waveste distractions e vegan to sing. Ano, stockly 27-28 wind we fidget winds and waves into spiritual realm. But take it over coming tem is focus. Focus on Jesus, and gonna stop. Not te storm. Focus on te segment, not the opposition. Focus on what God has spoken, not what fear shows. And gonna stop. The enemy also uses exhaustion as a form of distraction. Christina explains ta when we are pisikai and emotionadi daine. And we're gonna stop. We are more vulnerable to temptation and this meant. Eliha afteris victoti ovete prophets of Val. And a godnats. Tomeso we are tat scared God to take his life. Jet God's response was simply rest and there. And a godna stop. So metimes resisting distraction is not outfitting other wood of a replenishing we silly. During tese prophetic dies. And a godna stop. Tichosen must purity the spiritual and physical rest, not as lathiness as preparatium for what liesaya. And a gonna stop. Christine, this was a strong warning about convey aligments. In seasons of fictined prophetic activity, not a very ayanthe is divine, a thing where a gonna stop. Some people we appear supportive would secretly carry hendas that conflict with God's plan for your life. Okay, chosen must vec how cheers about what they confide in, what they partner with, and a gonna stop. And what they are going to take in their theoretically during this time, and a gonna stops. Distractions can come in the form of relationships, tat drain ratetan shopping, and this statement is to only salvaguard. And a gonna stop. Practical strategies for resisting distraction include the daily priority, setting boundaries, fasting from unnecessary noise, and a gonna stop. And then showing a very decision in Scripture. Christine encourages believers to declare God's word out loud during moments of confusion. Because it is spoken words lengthily, yes. And it's gonna stop. She also encourages the chosen to develop spiritual non-negotiable habits and commitments that remain intact regardless of external chores. And it's gonna stop. Tese meeting the morning prayer, scripture reading, or regular worship. And what? I think we're gonna stop. Discipline is that and trade we're eating whenever else fails. Unstable. And it's gonna stop. The ultimate goal is distractions is to cause a delay. Delay in obedience, delay in prayer, delay in stepping into what God has spoken. Christine makes it clear. Delay in obedience can cost destiny. At the way of Lodais of Huli 27-28 random, te are divinelli market. And gonna not stop. And is it during testaments can man missing the window of opportunity God has ordained. And we're gonna stop. Te chosen must decide in advance to ve unwavering, to resisting tap system of missions. To talk what te focus with the reading te ave. Gonna stop. Christine concludes tis cannot reminding believers tacos grace is sufficient even when distractions come. Like when it gonna stop. It is not about never fathing distraction, but about learning to recognize it and resist it quickly. And it gonna stop. A very timate te chosen choices for virtues, te go strong here. A very timate sign of compromise, and I'm gonna stop. Te depend te intimacy with God. And thus te walk strokes the prophetic dice, te spiritual eyes we sharpen. And I'm gonna stop. Te discernment we acten, and te resolve we solidify. Huli 27-28 we not that I'll te chosen, it we refiniten. And I'm gonna stop. Proving that what God has started in Tim cannot ve stop it viani scheme of day and Amy. I know what? I think we're gonna stop. And showing yourself in God's promises amid the time shocking is te ead posture tat wij sustain te chosen during perfect. That's like a huli. And to see and gonna stop. Christine Caine licks tat wheelie God's warnings are urgent. Te arenever without ope. And it gonna stop. Is instructions are a wise and charade. In isun chunking nature. Storms come, spiritual vatas my intensifi. And 10. And world my trembly, but the premises of God remain unsakavli. For they chosen, and what? I think we're gonna stop. Tese premises are not abstract concepts, but living realities lifelines tats secure, us when everything else fails unstable. And I'm gonna stop. In a time fair, confusion, and distraction run rampant, and shouting into word of God is te only way to remain steadfast. And we're gonna stop. Christine vechens vies es premises tat God's covenantal, not conditional on circumstances. She points to Hebrews 6, thing whether, and a gonna stop. Where they tell liberty the scribes as and chosan chosoren te sol te secure. And ancho dois not stop te waves from crossing, and a gonna stop. But it prevents the ship from drifting, like we say, God's promises do not remove us from storms, but te help us stay within temps. And I'm gonna stop. Huli 27-28 is a season where storms my vevor external and external confusion in the world, shifting relationships. And I'm gonna stop. Unexpected tests, but to say and trading God's word we nothing to fair or compromise. And I'm gonna stop. On a key element, Justine unpacks is te differente de point canoing God's promises into the quiet and trusting tem experientiagi. And a stop. Mane gonna stop. Many of us can quote us. Scripture would teach psenic when trials, come. And trotting man's more a tan memory thing. It means internally thing. It means taking God at his word, even when evident the same contrary. Mane gonna stop. Avra, I'm is a profound example believed God's promise of as undisputed impossibility of is answer us all ahead. Romans 4:6 e was to Fuji persuaded that God was able to do a promise. They're gonna stop. Justine trying to chosen to ver Fuji persuaded Lin to say refusing to let circumstances dictate te fight. And they're gonna stop. Te shocking Justine specs ois nof hust global wood personal. Prophetic seasons os often expose what we have been raging on. And I'm gonna stop. If all securities ven in finance related statunships or shocking we reveal it. And I'm gonna stop. This is not to condemn us to redirect us toward the only true way from that in Christ himself. In Matthew 7, and I'm gonna stop. Jesus describes to the blue with us on a wilt on rock, te on sand, te storms coming to what, but only te ose on te rock in the raid. And I'm gonna stop. Justine wants that huli 27-28 we reveal te phone dance of many lives. To say and sure inflating things we crumble. And I stop. But to say rotating God's promises we stand. I'm gonna stop. In this powerful sermon, Justine Caine deli versa prophetic urhand word striked from te art of God. And is chosen people about te significante of huli 27-28. Tese are not ordinary dies up. But the vinili market moments where even Israel asking a message of count, preparation, and the ligament. Justine emphasizes this pain pretenthes twal discernment of a deitha and nerekons. Reminiscent of coming and with his fight unchanged. Stop and chuprecte. Trok scripture personal testimonies and prophetic in see. And what eternal gonna stop. Shewuk has vilieves twist to remain answering God's promises and resist distractions that called that alter destiny in this critical season. And God marks specific than his calendar. It is not the so kaswaji. Are gonna stop. A very tat kai's prophetic weight is saturated with divine intention. And the huli, 27-28 is on a such moment intimitat and asiglicted. Forte chosen and a stop. Tis not just an oter coplay off, dice on te calendarit, is a spiritual checkpoint and a gonna stop. A moment of divine separation and aligment where God, aline is drawini is sand and imbiting, spare up the cross over into the pair over the answer and alines and una stop. Justine keine vechings vermindingus tat true goat scripture. God as a wise who said specific timis and seasons to awaken is purple. Are gonna stop. To cast him out from among te ordinary and to position him for extraordinary segments. Annas. Justus Noah was instructed to enter the ark before it flowed coming. And gonna stop. And the Israelites were demanded to apply te vlod of the lamb on te doorposts before it tearing hell of the passed the ved Egypt. And gonna stop. So to is God relaying a word of preparation for his people of Tessie significant dies. And gonna stop. Te uhenti of tis mismese is not rotten in fair but in love. God's warnings are while wise invitations to safety, to intimate. Are gonna stop. To protection on there is wins. When it takes his children to avoid them plathers, 13 aligments stop. Or even 13 kind conversations during divinely market dies. Is because it says what we cannot. And us, it says traps that the enemy as lied in secret. It says to spiritual warfare that intensifies in specific moments. And it gonna stop. It can also when the atmosphere is pregnant with distraction or deception and a grathly case is chosen to receive above it. And we're gonna stop. To staiden win im wile te storm rachas around tem. Chistines boy choice te samekaj tat te prophets old career. Thank where gonna stop. Oi, aseas le iarwat te spirit is sadding to te churches. It is not a time to ve casual wit the things of God. There is gonna stop. Tis is time to learn and to listen and to ovevito esitation. Oh no, of te profound truths Christine draus otis is typically called prethinthiply of separation. And up. God as a wise cageris people to visit apart and the mouth specific timis to intensifitat cage. During Holy 27-28. I know what, eating where gonna stop. Terewies vea spiritual shocking a revealing of what is truly anchored in trist and what is merely surface level fight. Are gonna stop. Tis shocking is not meant to destroy, to purify, and to prepare te chosen for what liasayad. In te voke of a guy, are gonna stop. Good size, month more iwid shak te avens and te at, sea and te the rigriega land. Iwi shakinatins, and a gonna and what is the seredviaj nationens we come. It is shocking removes what is temporary so tat only what is eternal remains. As Tristine remains so tat if all lives are we wilt on te rock. And a stop. Tis storms tat come during tesi prophetic dice. We not destroy te we establish us even depair. And a gonna stop. Temis sahe of avoiding huli 27-28. Novo pesical abwithanthe our learner. It is a vote spiritual postura. And it gonna stop. It is avoiding kermise, avoiding placenthi, and avoiding anything tani tat those sensitivity to te Holy Spirit. Nice. Intesiteve dovleodais tereis akaj to consecration. To consecrate means to set apart for Holy Use. That makes it means evaluating what you intergermined your art and your spirit. Are gonna stop. Tristine chayenches listeners to examine te relationships, te avits, and en eventadine to life. And a stop. Aritereas where God as ve nudhing, junudale go, but jove benesitan. At eating where gonna stop. Ariteres distractions tabbed in unokect social media, alti condens. And a stop. All won't start avivain pujoaway from his voice. Tis prophetic window and is an invitation to surrender tem Fuji. I'm gonna stop. Chistine also iglits te role off this discernment in navigating tis prophetic moment. And I'm gonna stop. Te chosen cannot afford to operate into flesh during critical dice. Te must veled viti spirit. And I'm gonna stop. Discernment is not merely canoeing rigged from over doverong. It is canoeing what is rigged in a particular season. And I'm gonna stop. Submitting tat my ve permissively in on assassin can bedang heroes in a ter. For huli 27-28. And I'm gonna stop. Te spirit of God is cadging is properly to egtened alertness. To listen carefully is whispers. And to move in step with its instructions. And I'm gonna stop. Tis is tis same spirit-led navigation tatsavet Joseph. And Mary wente were instructed. The flay to a hip tortek vavihes. And we gonna stop. Dan tis samis the discernment led te early church move underground durimis of persecution. Trogo temes sahe. And we gonna stop. Tristine interweaves poe full livcal narratives tat illustrate importance of obeying divine timing. Stop. She points to te tembihins in Matthew 25 vive we say. And what? I think gonna stop. Vive for lishwo where I waiting for te rigeron but only half where truly prepared when I arrived. And stop. Te foolish virkings at lamps but no oil. Te peran tradines with like head te substante of intimate with God. Are gonna stop. Justine once tat maningi into tis henetiratun of a lamp stay attend church. Te canoteric language. Te post scriptures on social media but te oil is running low. And I'm gonna stop. Huli vein te siete virtuig expose wo as cultivated o in te secret plathe and wo as vein reying public performance. And a stop. Tis missahe is also a prophetic cage to prayer and fasting. And I'm gonna stop. Justine urges velievers to use te dais le adding up to huli 27-28 as a timis into God's presence like never before. Adding queer gonna stop. Fasting is not about manipulating God, but about positioning ourselves to air him clearly. And is prayer softens or and sharpens our ass when we fast. And then stop. Wes silente noisy of te flesh, so tat flesh of te wispers. Of te spirit become unmistakably clear. And gonna stop. Tristine veljeves tostosewo intentionadi said as the teammate to pry and fast we receiving strategies, warnings. I think we're gonna stop. And confirmations tat we the tem not only troke tese with a blow dice vote for 10 months I am. We're gonna stop. And not te powerful teme Tristine addresses is reality of spiritual warfare. I think we're gonna stop. Share mints te chosen tat ictined prophetic moments attract evtine demonic resistance. And gonna stop. When God is a votorally assumed significant te enemy intensifius, is taxtra confusion offenses, temptation and distraction. Tatis of the recheki rega huli vein to city 28 recukiris intentional spiritual amor. And gonna stop. Ephesians 6 commands us to put on tifui armor of God daily health truth, breastplate of ricteusnes, choice of pair and a thought, shield of fight, sight, and men swarvation of te spirit. Justina declares tat, we told te armor, and gonna stop. Even take chosen risk ven card of guard, but with te armor, no fieri that of te enemy can prosper, and we're gonna stop. Justine clauses tis cannot be affirming God's faithfulness. Wile teme sahe carries urgency, it also carries up. Are gonna stop. God never wants is people we told also providing a way of escape, a place or refuge, and a promise of victory. And gonna stop. For the chosen were etude tis word, who live in tisiete 28 we vedais fairwood this of supernatural covering preparatio. And gonna stop. Te we made his word hay from tis prophetic wingus strong hair, clearer, and more alidnid with avens a henda taneve before it. And gonna stop. Tis is not just about surviving, tis would about stepping into next levels. Vil of the stini ta whites on te or te see that. And gonna stop. Te urgency of spiritual preparedness is only of declarest temis gosm pressing on his purple is and is no different for the chosen in league of huli 27-28. And gonna stop. Justinganes messaje drives ometat preparations is not a lastumemle udalifestile cultivated long te testing commerce. And tessitive of leo daisare not out predicting disaster or steering fair rate. And gonna stop. Te are our lightning or selvas so fuji with God's sweet at whatever own faults in te natural or spiritual realm cannot shake us. And gonna stop. To be unprepared is to be vulnerable, but to be spiritually fortified is to stand unmovable. Everything else is shifting. And gonna stop. God is not Caine is chosen to panic, is Caine tem to pursue us in readiness. And we're gonna stop. Justine vekings the painting te be picture of what preparedness looks like a firm of legal standpoint. And we're gonna stop. Te parable of te wise and fu for lish wilders in Matteo siege stratus tis perfectly on the wild on sand te or te on rock. And we're gonna stop. To storms come to vol, but only te also on te rock remained. And we're gonna stop. Spiritual preparedness is not a vote, avoiding storm swooting where are rotate deeply, in trees to endure them. Leaving to see it 28 we test foundations. And we're gonna stop. It we reveal what as vem built on fleeting emots or cultural transitions, and what as ven established on eternal truth. And we're gonna stop. Te chosen cannot afford to because this ointus preparatory intentionality. And what we're gonna stop. A key component of tis readiness is intimacy with God. Chistine emphasis tat in prophetic moments. And we're gonna stop. Information wij not sustain jo revelation wij. Information taste jo what is happening. And store, but revelation taste jo what God is studying about. It. And revelation is only weird to closeness. And we're gonna stop. We cannot wait until te crisis to develop intimacy. We must cultivate it no in te kit plathe. And we're stop. Tiens priority thing Timmy with God daily, learning to recognize his voice. That eating weganes, when during his fortunes for own or toven attitudes. Spiritual preparedness is more than canoeing scripture and a stop. It is living scripture adjuring it to be with doubly written on titates off. So so tat when te moment comes and a stop. We don't have it to scramble for 12 reality. Carry it when us and a gonna stop. Justine daus from testorio of Joseph in Genesis 3 strati, o preparation positions, us for divine assignments. Joseph indregiar self obscurity betrogial, and it gonna stop. And testing before it is meant come to interpret for us dream and save nations from famine. And it gonna stop. Ad Joseph not very fightful into insane seasons. A world not a vein rather went a platform up aid. Liqui said, and it gonna stop. Tesse prophetic dice are not about sudden elevation, but out testing what us vein will imprivate. And it gonna stop. Te chosen are kajed to life prepared so that when te kai comes what it is to into the city, to lead, to step back, and it gonna stop. Or to move forward to respond instantly in obedience. Te word fancy Justine Caris is virted, alt love for te people of God. And it gonna stop. She wants that in te dice, I add te weege intensive pursuit to conform. Compromise. And to blend into te noise of te world. And it gonna stop. Preparedness is to resist his pursuer. In Ephesians 6, stop. Hel strux vilieves to put on te fujar move, or for God so te can stand firm in te evil die. And it where it gone nuts. Not that powder est side to put it on when te vatly starts. A size to put it on no. Daily, so that when te thy arrives. Oh, wait, are areadi clutted rictosness. Fight and truth. I stop.